Yeah, that's actually another really good cheater perspective thing that I learned from a book by Kevin Huizinga. Welcome to Cloudtown Tuesday, the day where I share a page from my graphic novel, Cloudtown, and tell you about the process of making it. It's like a editor's commentary on a DVD. So here it is. Let's go. Let's do it. I was really proud of this page. This was the beginning of chapter 2, and that's when I started deciding I was going to have the chapter incorporated into a splash page.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
That's really cool.
Alright, here's the time-lapse replay. And I just, again, this must have been something I drew before in the zine. And I was just really proud of her stance, the expressiveness, like her just beating up this mailbox for no reason in the foreground, showing that they're bad kids.
The perspective is so fun too.
Yeah, it's like cheater perspective.
Right, like it shows everything there, but...
What do you mean cheater perspective?
Well, so apparently there's a cheater perspective that's a literal technique that is used. But this, I mean... Well, yeah, well, I'll tell you about that because I have to look it up. I learned about it in the... I think it's called Even a Monkey Can Draw Manga. And it has a chapter about that. But it's where you do two different two-point perspectives in the single panel to allow more stuff to fit in it, which is pretty common in manga. So, but this is not that.
I'll look it up.
It's in one of my How to Draw Manga books. It might even be in the one I borrowed from you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this, I just mean I have a facsimile of a 5-point perspective that I just like cheated on. It's I don't know.
I think like a good rule of thumb is, and a lot of Viz Dev artists do this, where they just get the general directions, but they don't try to make it 100% accurate. Like they'll have lines slightly off, and they'll adjust it.
And your work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so yeah. Here, let me show you some stuff.
Did you give them a Cloudtown to look at?
Well, you know, they didn't seem super excited about it, so I was letting them look at the other things. If they're a kid that's like calm, this might not be the audience, right? People that really into Rain and Telgemeier are less likely to like this book than people that are into Hilda or Dogman, because it's a little wackier. If you really want the world to make sense, this is not the book for you, you know.
Right, yeah. Different age, different kids.
Different kinds of personalities, and that's cool. Like, you don't need everyone to like your book. You just need somebody to really love your book, right?
Right, you're writing for yourself and the audience that likes that you're writing for yourself.
Yeah, but I disagree slightly because like there are a lot of people. Comics is like super full of super self-indulgent things.
Super what?
Self-indulgent comics.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you have to write for something that you would like if you didn't know that person at all. So, hey, you guys want to come back in?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the cheater perspective is good, but also getting better at the cheater perspective requires you understand perspective. And I have that one book that I shared with you.
Yeah.
That like really helped me understand.
Space drawing, I think it's called.
Yeah, or drawing in space. I'll take a picture of it and put it on here. But I highly recommend that book. That was something I think I should put on.
Space for perspective drawing or something.
I was thinking that's something that would be good to put
really
on like a collection of resources that I return to a lot.
Yeah.
And I find really useful.
The most practical book on perspective I think I've seen.
Yeah, I happened to be at Comic-Con when the person was doing signings, and that's how I found out about it.
It's a book through SuperAnnie.com.
Okay.
So it's connected. He was a student of Kim Jung-ji. I can't remember his name, but
I'm not surprised.
You see me adding these like little worm guys, so like the story continues of like the little rubber ducky getting carried around from before. So that's
yeah.
So while like originally the book had like a whole story with these little snail guys, like it did get a little subplot of like this bird chasing these ducks around. And then see, this is again me using the dot and adding perspective by like warping that and then erasing it out. So that's like a dot brush, and then I warped it so it gets smaller as you go back.
Oh wow, that's actually really smart.
Yeah, that's actually another really good cheater perspective thing that I learned from actually a book by Kevin Huizinga. He didn't do this. He does really amazing hand-done indie comics, but he was just using dotted lines as the background and making them denser. a few lines up, and it gives you a really great sense of perspective with very limited labor.
But he did that by hand?
He did that by hand.
Yeah. Man, that's insane.
Yeah.
But that's really smart, like at least digitally, to have be able to distort it for perspective.
I mean, it's smart either way. I think even the way he did it still was easier and faster, and a certain shorthand cartooning. Like in cartooning, you're always trying to like give a weird language that gives people the sense or a feeling of a thing. And yeah, he's a master of that. Yeah. So that's
Man, can I look that up? Is that something you could find on the internet quickly?
the Kevin Huizinga
Yeah.
book? Not easily. I can show you a Kevin Huizinga book, but he used to have these little zines. So much of his stuff is hard to get. Kevin Huizinga fight comic? Look that up. Alright, I'll maybe look it up.
Huizinga sounds like
That's pretty good
Bazinga.
It's a good name. Huizinga.
Oh, he looks like a nice guy.
Who's
Fight
responsible for this? It was Huizinga.
But you can kind of see it
That's really
here,
cool.
even just those dotted lines at the base of the cover.
Oh,
back.
right, yeah. That's like an ocean. Oh no, that's just the ground.
I think it's just like a
it was a really
desert, right?
simple drawing. It's just. Can we?
Fantastic be okay.
But like, I'm like getting kind of nervous about like the launch of this and like the webcomic and stuff. Like,
Cloudtown High?
No, but like the continuous system called Friends in Stormy Weather.
Oh, cool.
Is the next book.
What happened to Macho Valentine?
I think it's on hold.
My agent wants till December to try to sell it. So I'm basically backburnering it till I finish Friends in Stormy Weather, which I've already roughed out 200 pages of.
Well, was that the one with like the adults and the mad scientists and they turned into bubbles?
No, that's Comedy Club.
Oh, okay.
Friends in Stormy Weather is Cloudtown 2.
Hey,
Oh,
Cloudtown.
that's
Does
true.
anyone want the rest of this coffee?
Is that what
The review, well, Dan sells some comics.
Alright, let's do it.
Oh man, it looks like a turd.
Alright. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's not bad. If I was a dog, I'd love this.
This will become slightly more adult.
I don't
It
know.
looks like it has like worms sticking out of it and stuff.
I'm putting it back.
Yeah,
I'm
not
sure
even
the
like that.
dogs will be okay.